has changed significantly. Look at this. We are not even officially in winter, but winter has begun without us. And it's not actually snowing, it's raining. Yeah. Hey, Aladdin, how's it going? Are you enjoying the snow? This is pretty much the beginning. Yeah, it's very early this year. I mean, I'd seen this before, I think 2 years ago, but it was like really light snow. This was a bit too much, I think, for this time of the year. But it's not super cold yet. So, yeah. We're still gonna get the drizzling rain and the annoying slush, as they call it. Look at the train track as well. It's pretty much, well, the snow is pretty much beginning to melt because, as you can see, it is raining now, which is not in the weather report, by the way. Welcome to Russia. It pretty much does this. The weather app will not catch it at all, and you'll get wet. But not wet in the sense that it's like you're soaking wet, but annoyingly wet, because you get this type of rain that can pretty much do this consistently for hours. And if you bring an umbrella, it's a bit stupid because it's so light. As you can see, nobody has an umbrella. Nobody. Right? Nobody at all. But there's the snow in the background. And that is not melted because today it is -1. Not so cold. Not so cold. I've got my big coat on though because it's cold enough. I'll show you guys how it looks on the other side. But yeah, we're gonna go into the metro as usual, but hopefully in Ramenki there's a lot more snow. I'm sure there is because in Ramenki there's an abundance of grass, so chances are, see, the grass is what suffers the most, I guess. But you have this drizzling rain. There you go. I'm gonna go up here and get my card. But this is nothing. This is like early days. And Moscow is really confusing because you never really know when you're gonna have a snowy year. Like last year. No, this year. This year in January, the winter kind of sucks because we pretty much just had little flurries and then they melted on the ground, and we had this kind of rain. It's drizzling rain, the one that never stops, and nobody takes an umbrella. Do you see any Russian people with umbrellas? No. Not at all. Because they know that it's a waste of time. Because you don't know when it's coming. I'm ready. I've got all the attire. I'm ready to go through winter. It'll be my 3rd winter, I think. So, but I've actually only experienced one proper winter, like one full winter, but it was disappointing. It only hit like -15, and then it pretty much just warmed up all the way to -5, and there was just slush, no snow. It's terrible. So this is the metro. I've turned this into a subscribers only stream because a lot of you comment but never subscribe. I'm gonna be a bit stingy today. I'm trying to hit 10K, so if you want to help out and you like the content, I'm only doing subscriber streams. So that means if you want to comment, you have to subscribe until I hit 10K at least, because that's my yearly goal. I want to be through with it, and then we'll take it from there. So yeah, subscribe if you want to comment. If you can comment, it means you're already subscribed. So it means you're a real one. I guess it also keeps me away from the hooligans that want to comment. This is Majursky Prospect. Yeah, thank you, Aladdin. I'll pretty much do this when I'm reaching a milestone. I think when I'm hitting like 10K. Well, right now I'm almost hitting 10K, and then I'll do it again when I'm hitting 20. Just to keep the family closer. You guys are like fam. I'm tired of getting the trolls, etc. And there's also a 1 minute duration on that, so you have to be a subscriber for 1 minute to comment on the video today. I'm checking out more and more of the functions on YouTube. They're pretty sick. But on Fridays, I will open the comment section because I'm thinking of giving us a Q&A. Thinking of having a Q&A. And I have time, I'll catch the next one. By the way, if you want to catch a train in the metro, it takes less than a minute, maximum 2 minutes to reach you. So we'll even time it. The train's leaving, it is 8 minutes 32 on the clock of the stream. Let me show you how fast the next one comes. During rush hour, it takes 30 seconds. Believe it or not. That is Russian efficiency. I don't know why people talk about German efficiency that much. Russian efficiency is just as impressive. Really is. I think it's Germans with time. Germans love their time, don't they? But yeah, waiting for the next train. Okay, we're going to 8 seconds. I can really hear it rumbling. Let's see. It would take approximately, I mean, we said 2 minutes max, right? We're almost going to a minute. Okay, a minute has passed. I can hear the train coming. You hear that? You hear that brrr, the rumbling? That's the train coming. Heading over past where we said 1 minute has passed. Waiting. Also, during this time, it's a little bit slower because it is not rush hour. Rush hour is in. You won't believe how many people actually come through during rush hour. It's mad. Really mad. I'll take you. Oh, come on then. This one is delaying for some reason. Ah, there you go. Look. That was 1 minute 40 seconds. 1 minute 40 seconds. There you go. 1 minute 40 seconds. There's your train. Name any other place in the world where that is remotely possible. Hey Alexa, how's it going? What stream are you watching? For those that know me, I'm sitting on the train, which is like taboo for me. I'm always pretty much standing. But I'm a bit tired. I've been working out again. So I've literally been working out for, I think, is it 5 days straight? Without a break. I'm trying to get in shape because I have a podcast in Albania that I want to do next year. So getting the maps in. I have a long way to go. Very long way to go. But by the end of this week, I'm hoping to lose at least 2 to 3 kilograms. Yeah, sure, Alexa. If you're willing to if you're willing to moderate our streams on Friday, I'm open to the idea. Let's see how well you do. I'll give you the moderation tag. Don't let me down. Yeah, because we have a question, a Q&A, and that Q&A goes crazy. We get some stupid questions, so you're free to remove people. This one, however, I'm gonna keep my morning streams to subscriber only because I'm trying to hit 10K before the end of this year. By the way, guys, I dropped a new video on the channel. Please go and subscribe to that. Sorry, go and follow, like, and comment if you're a supporter. Make sure you watch the long-form content if you enjoy the live streams. The long-form content is very interesting. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart right now. The train is too loud, so I can't hear my own voice. Much love, Alexa. We will head out of here. Yeah, I feel you. I know what you meant, Alexa. Much love. This train is older. Let me show you. So. It doesn't connect. This is one of my favorite stations in terms of just cleanliness. Look how clean it is. It's not the most beautiful, but clean as hell. So yeah, guys, we got one more station. We're gonna head out. I'm gonna show you the snow. Also, we will check the gas prices. I want to show you the gas prices. And then we'll pretty much end. We got time though, we got like 25 minutes more. We'll be streaming in Arkhangelsk in January. I got a trip there with my wife. I'm going to be shooting a lot of content. I'm thinking of making a very long form video. Little travel vlog for you guys, just to show you how it is for a black man to be in a very cold place. Moscow's not cold, trust me. It's not. It is not cold. Compared to other places in Russia, it is actually warm. But there's a distinction between Moscow winter though. The peak of Moscow winter can actually get colder than many places in Russia that actually get colder, I guess, because here is very humid. So pretty much fighting the little drizzling rain plus the cold. So yeah, let me rephrase actually. Moscow can get worse than any part of Russia when it is peak. When it is peak winter, it actually is very irritating. A lot of people that know from Siberia even say that Moscow is cold, but only when it peaks, like when the winter peaks. Like general winter is like meh, but it gets worse. Everyone's rushing. Pun intended. So yeah, this is Ramenki. It is not too far from one of my apartments, pretty close. Hey Kelvin. Hey Kelvin, hey Kelvin. What's love, John boy? Guys, let me know. How well does this subscriber only stream work? So, does it really give you 1 minute? Because I said 1 minute. So if you want to comment, you have to be a subscriber for at least 1 minute. It's windy as hell, man. Jesus. I need to get my beanie on. I don't know how I'm gonna get this done. 1 second, guys. I think I need to do this. This is really risky. No. Okay. There. We're gonna get the beanie on. Right. Now we're ready. Right. We're ready. It's very risky though because that door's opened by some of the metro police. They could have opened it any time. Okay. I'm gonna go upstairs. Okay, and we're up. Let's check the gas prices and see. Yeah, let's see the gas prices. Oh, it dropped. They have dropped. Look. So I'm seeing the gas is 73 now, 73 rubles per liter. It was 75 last week, if I'm not mistaken. And the diesel has dropped too. Diesel was like 7, now 68. So, just for reference, that means the average gas price in Russia is pretty much the same as in the States. Let that sink in. Russia has over 30,000 sanctions placed on it. It's isolated from the world except for China, Siberia, and not Siberia, what am I saying? And Saudi Arabia and other countries that pretty much link with it. But in terms of the outside world, the Western world, pretty much cut off. With gas prices, you can determine your own Uh, I guess you can determine your own gas prices, especially if you're like Russia, who has so much gas. But then when your economy kind of collapses, or when you are running into a little bit of a rut, you need to compensate. And with this compensation, don't get me wrong, for Russian people, it has gotten a little bit more expensive. But I feel like it's more of like from a very spoiled kind of kind of angle, because the gas is still really cheap. If you compare it to other places in the world, it's still pretty cheap. But it used to be egregiously cheap. It used to be half that, right? But let that sink in. In countries that are pretty much doing better, in inverted commas, the gas price is either more expensive, and for the States, it's the same. So I guess that's some interesting information that I pretty much allowed you to see, and you guys can pretty much do with it what you must. Maybe the professionals in terms of gas prices, etc., can let me have it, let me know how that works. But it's still pretty affordable. Still affordable. If you hear a Russian complaining about the gas prices, it's because it was a lot cheaper. Was a lot cheaper. Oh, you passed the gas station I passed. That's interesting. Yeah. So that's a pretty cool one, I think. Because I remember I saw a news article that said Russia has a gas shortage. You know, Ukraine bombed the gas. Was it the oil refineries? Blah, 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 blah. But there's no shortage. There's no shortage. I actually think more of the gas prices rising might actually be to compensate. Because the way that gas prices work is you basically can determine the price of your gas. So if your economy is collapsing, you can use it to compensate certain things. But usually when you're sanctioned, in terms of being sanctioned, your gas sector is not hit first. It's pretty much everything else. It's trade, right? And if you are a huge producer of gas, of course, that will not affect you. So gas increasing and decreasing is because of some form of compensation. You know? Yeah, I think the people that are complaining about gas are probably the ones that drive. I know so many people that don't drive and have lived here for so many years because the metro system is too convenient. Yeah, and the fact that we're even comparing gas prices to the States just goes to show you how powerful Russia actually is, right? Because the States is supposed to have a flourishing economy. If it is so amazing, then I guess the gas should be cheap, no? That's the point. It should be affordable. But then the truth behind it is that a lot of people look at Russia as this place where it's like people are suffering, people don't have what they need, the salaries are low. But the standard of living in Russia is completely different to the States. There you go. It's cheaper than Serbia. Because people say, yeah, well, in the States you can get paid more. Yeah, but you have more bills. Oh, the salaries in Russia are low. Yeah, because the cost of living is a lot lower. I mean, for a Russian person, Moscow is expensive. Don't get me wrong. Sochi, Moscow, they're expensive. Because if you go to Yaroslavl, it's like a completely different ball game. The prices are pretty much halved. I went to Yaroslavl for a bit and I was shocked by the prices. For those of you that don't know where Yaroslavl is, it's not too far from Moscow. I think people only think that the developed places in Russia are Moscow and St. Petersburg. There are so many other cities, guys. So many more. And I've compared some of the prices and I was like, damn. There are places in Russia that are half Moscow. But to put this into perspective, guys, my country has the same pricing as Moscow in terms of groceries. My country is supposedly dirt cheap to Americans, Englishmen, and all the Europeans that come to it, right? They even laugh. They say, "Oh my God, I'm in Botswana. Everything is so cheap. The cost of living in terms of like groceries and other things like that, it's the same as Russia." So that can also be a measurement for you. But of course, I've had some friends that told me some places in Europe, the cost of living is even cheaper than Russia. I cannot testify. I need to actually travel. I'm not going to down the places I haven't been to. I guess I need to educate myself more about Europe because, to be honest with you, I have not really been around the block. I need to move around Europe. I need to see what's happening there. But I guess after all this war nonsense ends, it would be nice to kind of book a flight. So, Andy Rand, people who think that Russia had low income, poor, it's just been it's propaganda. It's propaganda. Because also, I can be very honest with you, in the middle of Moscow, if you made $2,000, you could survive. You could rent an apartment, you could eat. The question begins to be the question that starts to spark argument is basically depending on how you live your life. Because look, for me, I think to live extremely comfortable for me, I have to spend at least more than $2,000 a month or somewhere close to that. But that's still a lot. And that's because I'm extravagant. Maybe I'm there like, I want to eat in this restaurant. I own my own apartment, so I don't have to pay for rent. But think of it like that. Like, you can actually survive on less than 2,000. Some people survive on 1,000, 800 USD a month. Maybe they get a roommate, and it depends which part of Moscow you want to live in. Because, for example, here you'd be drunk if you if you wanted to rent an apartment here and you only make 800 a month, you'd be drunk. Because these are like the tycoon buildings, right? But my point is, you could actually survive in Russia, in Moscow, one of the biggest cities in the world, with $800 a month, if you knew how to spend it. You would go further from the center. You would maybe have a shared room. You would maybe, but the shared room compared to what you can get in New York is absolutely different from what my friends tell me. I have some friends, we've compared prices of apartments, of like studio apartments, and the size, it's crazy. It's crazy. Some apartments themselves actually cost 800 USD a month. You see? But some people's salaries are 800 USD a month. So it really depends. I think I need to interview people with different incomes and see how they live. I have friends with roommates. I have friends with here's Aladdin. With a family payment per month not less than 120,000 considered. 120,000 rubles is considered normal for a family. Let that sink in Moscow. In another city you'd be rich. If you were in Tver, or if you were in Yaroslavl and you had 120,000 rubles a month, they would say you're rich. Because that's like above. I think in Yaroslavl it's like 90k that you need, 90k rubles to be comfortable, right? So it's crazy. It's crazy. You guys can do the conversion. Can you guys please convert 120,000 rubles into USD? How much is that? Let me know the conversion. But yeah, you could have 120,000 rubles in Moscow and be fine. You'll be hunky-dory. Yep. Yes. True. Some places in Russia are very expensive. Some places are very expensive. And you know, there are actually some places in Russia where the salaries are actually even higher than Moscow because the living conditions are crazy. I read about this city that it snows all year round, and they pay you these exorbitant amounts of money, you know, to work there because nobody wants to work there. It's so fucking cold, you know. So the more you know, the more you know. I need to travel more. I'll do that in a Hangis. I'll give you guys a a look to start there. Yeah, man, that's what's up, Andy Rant. Andy Yant? Andrew Yant? Andrew Yant. Man, Russia for me is a home. And I'm a black dude from from Zimbabwe. Let that sink in. That's crazy. That's crazy. Iran. Iran. Is it, by the way, how do you is it Iran or Iran? I think my pronunciation of countries is being muddied by my American education. It's supposed to be Iran, right? Not Iran. And I'm from Indonesia. That's what's up, man. So yeah, guys, you can survive, but also take into account it depends how you live. If you're extravagant, do your thing, you know. Iran, that's how you say it. Yeah, I want to start pronouncing things correctly. Same thing as I recently learned how to say Gaza properly, because all the American news outlets were there like, oh, Gaza, right? And then one of my friends said, it's not Gaza, it's Gaza. And I was like, what? Gaza? It's like a Gha. So yeah. So 120,000 rubles is approximately, thank you, Aladdin. Oh no, it's not that, it's Alexa. It's 1,400, was that? $1,476. So you would be living comfortably in Moscow if you're not somebody that is like, I don't know, stupid with your money. You could survive on $2,000. And this is one of the biggest cities in the world. This is to the scale of New York. Moscow's not small, right? This is where you find some of the richest people in the world. Like it's big. It's really big. It's really interesting. So it's Gaza, right? I need to learn more languages, but first I gotta master Russian. Moscow's enormous, yeah. I don't even know how people bump into me, because I bump into a lot of my fans. Like, hey, aren't you there for love? I'm like, dude, Moscow's so huge. How the hell did you find me? You know, like how did you find me, bro? I bumped into like 3 different fans in the last 3 months, and I've just been utterly confused. Like, how did you find me? Man. They call Moscow a big village because everybody knows everybody. I did not understand. Some of my videos are now hitting 400K, 300K, and for me that was like an achievement, but I didn't know it meant that more people actually know you. Because you know, like how you have people with like a shit ton of streams or views, but nobody knows who you are. I'm beginning to be stopped by people on the street, and I only have 8K subscribers, heading over to 9. It's weird. It's weird. I guess I need to keep on pushing, and then eventually we'll get better. I hope I won't need to hide though, because you know, what they say, like people have different fans. Some people have fans that just are friendly. Some people have weird, violent fans. I hope my fans in real life are nice. The ones that I've met are nice. I've met 3 people that watched my live streams in person, and they found me. So, good reception thus far. Parker Searching. Wow. Yeah. There you go. Really cheap. Enjoy the minutes of fame under your own control before it changes forever. I don't know. I've never really thought about becoming so huge. It's never been something on my mind. I've never really like sat there I've wanted it for a long time, but when it does happen, I don't know. I don't know, because it's kind of crazy that a random person can find me on a train. It's kind of crazy. I hope I don't make the wrong enemies, because damn, it's kind of makes you think, huh? Just make a couple of videos and then people know who you are. Wild. But yeah, it's crazy. I think the craziest thing is I was messaged by one of my favorite YouTubers. That was weird for me. I've talked to Black Man the Traveler. He wants to come to Russia. He wanted me to show him the African community. If he's still down when he comes, I would love to make content with him. At the same time, there are so many more content creators that are bigger than me. So, yeah. It's big responsibility and you have to recognize it. Yeah, Aladdin, you're telling the truth. You have to understand that if you put yourself online, you need to take full responsibility for it. Because the bigger you get, the more people think they're entitled to say hi to you, stop you in the middle of traffic, walk up to you, pretty much put themselves in your personal space. So you got to get used to it. I've never experienced fame. I've gotten a little taste. I don't know if I'm ready. For real, man. For real. For real. Yeah, Aladdin, if Black Man the Traveler actually does come to Russia and he does message me to help out with content, I'll hit you up. I'll hit you up. I'm actually making a documentary about the African community. Guys, if you're an African in Moscow, tell me. I'm making a documentary. Aladdin, I actually need to set a date with you. I want to interview you because you have this restaurant background. So I need to ask you a few questions too. I think it would be cool to get an Egyptian. That would be awesome. So yeah, I am just walking. I'm gonna head into a coffee shop. I need to get a coffee, and then I'm gonna try and shoot content today, but I doubt I can. As you guys can see, the weather is terrible. It's really bad. Really, really bad. But yeah, then I'll message you soon. I'll probably interview you in December. I'll tell you when, because I'm interviewing Lindsay again. I'm also interviewing this African company, like this community again. Not again, I was there, but I never interviewed them. And I really need to push this African community narrative very fast, because I feel like a lot of people come to Russia just to get the views. They don't actually give a shit about the people that live here. I actually love the country. So I want to give you guys a view of the place as an African who actually loves the country, not a random person that just comes into Russia and makes a vlog and then they get a shit ton of views, but they don't actually give a shit about the country. Like, look, I can give you an example. I'm a big fan of Pootie. Pootie came to Russia. He did this vlog. He even vlogged with some of my friends, some of the people I know. And it was really cool because he managed to interview so many people I know, and he showed the black community in Russia. But what I don't think is genuine is people that basically kind of just come through, don't actually love the place, but they're doing it for views, maybe talk shit afterwards. I don't know if he's that kind of guy. I've never met the guy. I hope he actually came and he talked so nicely about Russia and he really meant things that he was saying in the video. He wasn't just doing it for fame. Because I've seen so many YouTubers that come through into Russia just to get views, you know, and that sucks. Like, it's like, it makes us little creators who actually care about the country look, they're like, damn, we've been doing this for so long and now you guys take this shit seriously. It's like a trend. And it wasn't cool to stream in Russia like 6 to 8, 9 months ago. It wasn't cool. So now all of a sudden it's cool. Let that sink in. You know. So yeah, I love Black Man the Traveler. I hope he comes through. He's a genuine guy. He just covers places all over the world. Regardless if people say the place is shit or not, he's there. So, yeah, take it. Your leave. The country is doing good. The community, and yeah, you know what I mean. But no, shout out to all the creators that come into Russia. I hope you enjoyed the experience. I hope you don't talk shit about Russia. I hope you actually like the place. And I will see you guys in the next one. I gotta go. It's raining now. But yeah, Aladdin, I'll hit you up. Ciao.